Hi, Jerry Jenkins here, talking about all things writing. Today about the strongest verbs we can use to improve our writing. Have you ever wondered why a sentence you've written, a grammatically correct one, just lies there like a dead fish? I sure have. Sometimes that sentence is full of all those adjectives and adverbs that your teachers and loved ones and lay people are so fond of. But the authors of the Elements of Style say that good writing is a thing of nouns and verbs, not adjectives and adverbs. Even Mark Twain said of adjectives, "When in doubt, strike it out." But often, even after you root those out, still the sentence doesn't work. Why? Because good writing is more about well-chosen nouns and powerful verbs. A quick win for you and your manuscript involves eliminating flabby verbs and replacing them with vibrant, powerful ones. But how do you know which verbs need replacing? If you're not happy with a sentence, odds are it contains either a state of being verb or what experts refer to as weasel verbs. As you hone your ferocious self-editing skills, train yourself to replace weak verbs with strong ones. At the end of this video, I suggest a list of 273 verbs you might use to replace tired ones. Meanwhile, let's look at 3 types of verbs to be aware of in your prose. First, state of being verbs. I'm going to list these quickly, and you'll see that they can be necessary and should not all be eliminated. Especially in dialogue, we use such verbs every day. But they are also passive and can lead to telling rather than showing, a no-no in good writing. Where and when possible, replace state of being verbs with powerful active verbs. So, the state of being verbs, the way I learned them in junior high. Is, am, are, was, were. Be, being, been. Has, have, had. Do, does, did. Shall, will, should, would. May, might, must, can, could. Now remember, I'm not saying these should never appear in your writing. I'm using them even now as I'm speaking to you. But when a sentence lies flat on the page or screen, you can bet it contains at least one of these. Determining when a state of being verb creates a problem and finding a better, more perfect verb to replace it is what makes us writers. Now be careful to resist the urge to consult a thesaurus for the most exotic replacement verb you can find. I consult a thesaurus only to remind myself of the normal word that carries power but refuses to come to mind. Consult my list of powerful verbs only after you exhaust all efforts to come up with one on your own. Make your prose your own creation, not yours plus Roget, Webster, or even Jenkins. Regardless, here are a few examples of verbs to replace. The man was walking on the platform. Rather, the man strode along the platform. Jim is a lover of country living. Rather, Jim loves country living. There are 3 things that make me feel the way I do. Rather, 3 things convince me. Okay, the second type of verb to avoid are those that rely on adverbs. Powerful verbs are strong enough to stand alone. A few examples. The fox ran quickly through the forest. Rather, the fox dashed through the forest. She looked menacingly at her rival. Rather, she glared at her rival. He secretly listened. Rather, he eavesdropped. Okay, third, get rid of verbs with ing suffixes. Notice that the following examples also use passive state of being verbs like was. He was walking. Rather, he walked. She was loving the idea. Rather, she loved the idea. The family was starting to gather. Rather, the family started to gather. All right, so here's my exhaustive list of 273 strong verbs. I'm not going to take the time to read these to you, but you can go back and pause this video to peruse them, jot them down, or record them in some other way. These verbs can strengthen your writing and engage readers, and of course, you should come up with more on your own. If you found this video helpful, like it, comment on it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're looking for help in other areas of your writing, check out my blog at jerryjenkins.com/blog. All the best with your writing, and I'll see you next time.